What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we have a Hisuian Decidueye sweep. Leaf green, this one is for you. So this actually came all the way from Legends Arceus and traded to me to use in this battle. Now, what we were trying to go for here was to use a 100% critting set. This Pokemon's got some pretty good stats. Its speed, however, is kind of low, which makes it quite difficult to use. There are other things you can do with it, and I come up with a pretty fun strategy here. I've got the last video for today before Champions as well, so giving you guys a little bit of a treat. I wasn't going to put any more up, but we've got a cool treat tonight. Let's get this W. So first Pokemon is going to be Honchkrow here, and funny enough, they use Swagger, so I was like, is this going to be the Honchkrow set that I made up ages ago? Is it going to be the Mirror Herb one being used against me? So this was pretty funny, right? So my first Pokemon here is going to be Spidops. Now, with Decidueye's speed, it does need some speed support. It does get some moves like Trailblaze, but actually I've kind of done that in the past, so I want to try and do something a bit different here. So I'm going to be actually sacking the Spidops ops completely. I'm not going to put Sticky Web down because I know this is a Moxie set and it's a sweeping set, so it can be very dangerous. Plus, I want to get rid of that, that boost as well. So this next Pokemon is going to be Drifblim. This is going to be passing on a Focus Energy. So with Baton Pass, you actually can pass on critical hit chances. So this is a Select Berry Drifblim here, which is going to be giving a little bit of a speed boost to the Decidueye. Plus, I actually got the both of them on the same turn, which is very, very good. So now I'm going to pass those stats on to the Decidueye. They're going to try and go for Sucker Punch there, but that's not going to work. And we're going to pass them on to the Decidueye and see if we can get a fat W. Enjoy the video. Nothing like a nice salty cancel for the first battle. I say I would have won that one. I'm judging on what Pokemon they had left in the team preview. Everything went right in that battle. Also, there's a 30% chance you can get a flinch on its triple arrows as well, which is really cool, and a 50% drop to drop the defense, which is quite a cool move. So right, next battle, we'll see if we can get a win without the opponent quitting, and we've got a Latios lead. So Latios did a lot of damage there. So Latios, not Latios, did a lot of damage with Draco Meteor, followed it up with a Liquidation, so it's like a mix set. The second attack did not feint me, so I used Memento there. I didn't even expect to, to even survive that turn. I had this on my team as well, this Kilowattrel. What I was trying to do is I was trying to make the Decidueye fly, because if you lead with a flying Pokemon or a levitating Pokemon, it can make your team levitate, but it doesn't always seem to work. It's kind of, I'm not sure if it's a bug or it's just random. Anyway, we got this Drifblim. Now, this Drifblim, as you know, is going to be passing on Focus Energy. So Focus Energy, a crit chance to my Decidueye. Now, that gives it 2 stages of crit. And obviously I've got a scope lens as the item too to make it 100% crit all the time. So that Latios didn't really do much to me at all there. And we got the Ogerpon swapping in with Defiance. So that was kind of scary because that gave it an attack boost. Usually I wouldn't use Minimize with a powerful Pokemon, but they had some very, very crazy powerful Pokemon here. And I might have needed a free swap in. So I got the Minimize off there, but Miraidon swapped it. They swapped out and swapped the Miraidon, which is interesting. And I was going to swap out and outspeed them anyway. So let's see if we can get the W this time. Well, that was a pretty salty battle when you go from like the quick claw Miraidon twice in a row to getting curb stomped by a miss ball. So there wasn't much I could do there. Let's see if we get this W. We've had some rage crits, we've had some salt. We got the next battle here. So we got a Loma Molodite. I actually thought they'd go for a swap here, so I did a double swap. And we've got the Spidops coming into a Great Tusk. So Great Tusk wasn't, well, it wasn't that bad a Pokemon for my Decidueye to swap in here, but there were some, fast Pokemon on the team. So we got a Stone Edge here on my Spidops. I thought they may set up the Stealth Rock, and I set up the Sticky Web there. So I managed to get that off, which was important. They're going to follow up with a second Stone Edge, taking out my Spidops there, which is fine. That's all good. So we're going to go into Drifloon now. So I thought, I've got Strength Sap on this set, which can work. I sort of went between a couple of Drifloons here and different movesets, as I normally do. And they set the Stealth Rock up that time. So I was like, all right, well, I've got the Focus Energy. I think I'm just going to go for Baton Pass here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a Salic Berry. Stone Edge perfectly puts me in Salic Berry range and gives me a speed boost there. That's really, really good. Kind of like the first battle. All right, people, let's get the fattest W. It's going to be a real hoot. All right, they were so salty after that. I literally played them like a fiddle. Those last 3 turns, perfectly played, perfectly executed. All right, here is the stats, people, if you want to know. It is a max attack, max speed set with scope lens. There's the moves there for you to look at. You can probably use Trailblaze and Sword Dance too if you want a variant to this set, and it's got the scrappier ability. That was pretty much everything. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you for some champions soon. Peace out.